Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be doing some abstract flowers using the Glossus acrylic sprays from Dina Wakley. So I had this use it up page in my journal and I've been playing with painting using the gloss sprays, and I had this idea that I could possibly try watercolour effects with my gloss sprays. So I'm building up my layers using a watercolour brush and lots of water, but also with my acrylic sprays. So the acrylic sprays, you can see, are quite liquid. I haven't added any water to that. I'm just adding a little bit of extra water to my brush. You can see me dipping it off into the side to make it a little bit watery. And I'm just drawing out some really rough leaf petals. Now I do admit here, I am not a floral artist. I'm not a watercolorist. I just winging, well, I'm not winging this. I did watch a watercolor video on how to draw flower poppies as I was doing this, just to get the leaf shapes right, because I wasn't 100% sure how to put it together. I would highly suggest to you, if you would like to have a go at doing this and you're not someone who does florals, there's so many great videos on YouTube that you can go and have a look at on how to paint florals and how to do them. Look at the watercolor ones to begin with, I suppose, just to see, because while these kind of act like watercolors, you can layer them up like watercolors. One of the good things about it is when they dry, they are permanent. So if you do something to a layer below, or the layer at the top, sorry, if you've got a layer below, it's permanent. It's not going to move. It's not going to blend into what you've got. So you can see me adding some darks. You can see me adding some lights over the top again, just to lighten it up. Like just there, I found that center bit of the flower was a bit too dark, so I added some light purple in to try and lighten it. Over on the right hand side, I'm trying to darken the middle bit of the flower, and now I'm going in and putting in the stems and adding, sort of mixing the colors. So you can get some techniques and use them. This is on a non-gessoed page. If I'd used a gessoed page, these inks or these acrylic sprays would probably act a little bit more like watercolor, because you get that pooling effect and the granulation effect that you can get with watercolor. What's happening on this page is where it doesn't have that stencil in the background, the paints are actually soaking into the paper. Now when the acrylic paint or acrylic sprays build up enough, they seal that paper and stuff starts to sit on top. So when I get to my final layers, because I've got all the layers below, I can start to get some of those effects of the colour just sitting there. So those purples that are going on are sitting on top of some sealed paper. It's already been sealed by the acrylic sprays. So if you have gessoed your page, you will get that effect immediately. You can see on my page as well, the stencil in the background, that was just, I'd sprayed into a stencil and stamped it down that page just to use up the ink that was left on the page. So you can kind of see where some of that colour is coming through. I really like it because it adds a little bit of extra detail into the background without me having to do anything. Yeah, it's totally up to you if you want to use it on a page. Part of the reason I did it on this page was I wasn't 100% sure how this is going to turn out, so it really was an experiment, so I didn't really mind that there was something in the background. If I tried it again, I'd probably try it on a page that didn't have something in the background, just to see what I can come up with. To add in my shadows, I'm now going in with the Stabilo All pencil. So that's a reactive water-soluble pencil. And I've just done some really sort of sketchy lines around the outsides of my flowers. And now I'm just going in and just adding some shadows to the areas that shouldn't be getting as much light as the others. I really like the Stabilo All to do that, because it's very inky black when it gets first activated, but you can soften it out by, adding a little bit more water and blotting it up, which you saw me do as well. There's lots of different pencils you can use to do the same thing. You could use watered down black acrylic paint to do the same. It's totally up to you. So this is my abstract florals. Yeah, I I had lots of fun doing this, and it's now opened up the world of the gloss sprays for me to do some different things. When I first got them, I had to spray everything, and I was spraying everything, and I was having lots of fun. But with the sprays, you don't have as much control, which for me in my artwork usually isn't a big deal. But because I'm not used to using sprays, I find that unknown aspect of the sprays, I suppose, a little bit more daunting. Whereas if I can put it paint it onto the page where I want it to go, that gives me more comfort, which is bizarre when you think about all the other art journal pages that I do with paint going everywhere and me not caring about things on my other pages. So I don't know what my thinking is about that. It's just a really odd thing, but there you go. I know there are some amazing talented artists out there who are watercolorists, and I would highly, suggest to you, have a go at doing something like this with your watercolor talents and see what you can come up with, because you might find a new medium that you absolutely fall in love with. So yes, have a go. It's lots and lots of fun. Get those paintbrushes out and start painting your flowers. Until next time, bye for now.